What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am out on Lake Lanier. Conditions are kind of swirly, a little bit of rain, mostly cloudy. It's pretty dark out here. A little bit of rain off and on. It's pretty cold, a little windy. I got my windbreaker on, and water temp looks like it's in the low 60s. I have not been back out on the lake in about a week, so it's been a little bit of time. And as you guys have seen from my last videos, the fish are completely moving. So I'm gonna have to basically break it down from scratch, starting all over again. I do have a little bit of knowledge just talking to a couple of friends that have fished out here this week. So I've got a decent start, but what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna break down the lake like I haven't been out here in a little bit of time by that rule of 3. And if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll post it right here. You guys go ahead and watch that. It's a really easy way to break down any lake, wherever you're at, or even a pond. It can be one creek, it can be one river, wherever it is. Break it down into 3 sections that you can manage and go from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off fishing the back of the creek section, the back section, then look into the middle, and then look out towards the mouth and main lake. And just kind of jump along those places, see where I see the most bait, see where I see the most fish and most activity going on. And from there, that's kind of my progression in terms of how I'm fishing the lake. From there, I'm going to start shallow, probably cranking some rock, look at throwing a worm on docks, points, stuff like that. Then go to more of a middle depth, looking at, a little bit deeper points, maybe some edges, brush piles, fish that with some more moving baits, maybe jerk bait, underspin. What else could there be? Just something like that, just to cover that middle section of water. And then finally, if that doesn't work and I still haven't found the fish, I'm gonna go super deep. And a lot of these times, these fish in the winter time will start to move into these ditches in deeper water, because that's where the warmest water is. And so that bait fish collects there, and of course where the bait is, the fish move there, and it's just more comfortable for them throughout the winter. We're still really early on for that, but I would imagine some of the fish have started to move, so that'll be the final place that I look. And I'll be throwing baits like a jig, shaky head, or just a swim bait, classic swim bait down on the bottom there. So I'm gonna go back of the creek, middle of the creek, main lake, front of the creeks, and I'm gonna work from shallow to deep water just to try to figure out where the fish are. I've heard the lake itself is pretty much completely done with turnover. So all of the water has mixed together, and that shouldn't be an issue. The fish should be, like I said, settling in and just continuing on with their migrations into winter patterns and start to feed up again for the winter. So hopefully we can't put something together, and we'll see what happens out here. So one other thing you guys can look for if you're running down the lake, look for blue heron up on the point. That means there's bait there. They're the ones that fish for a living, so you might as well check out why they're there. Could be nothing, but I saw this, so I'm just gonna stop on this point. We'll see if there's fish on it. Just as I thought, there's a lot of bait up there. So much fishing line up there. I actually thought I hooked one, but just a bunch of fishing line. This one feels like a good one. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't caught a fish in a while. Kind of stinks out here right now. He's not even that big. He's not bad. It's probably a 3. He's probably a 3. Decent one right there. Man, I'll be honest with you guys, it's been pretty tough out here. I've tried the shallow deal, like I said, kind of working my way out. I've tried shallow, mid, deep. Haven't really caught them on anything. Tried cranking, tried the worm, tried, what else did I try? Swim bait, underspin, spinner bait. I didn't try the jerk bait, but they weren't on brush at all. And I didn't really expect that. Last week they were still on brush. So eventually just came out here, tried some ditches, just some deeper stuff, and they're not in the ditches either, but I was cruising along with my trolling motor and on a flat, just a flat. I mean, literally nothing. I don't even know if I can repeat this, but there was a school of about 6 or 7 fish. Casted this Kitech out to them. They followed it to the bottom, and this one ate it. So that's a good one to start. Like I said, he might be a little over 3. That's a fat fish right there. But it has not been easy. It's been a grind. So let's see if we can't get another one on this. Well, guys, I think I figured out where they're at. It kind of wasn't anywhere that I was expecting, to be honest. And it's kind of a bummer because I went 2 hours not catching anything. And then now in the last 15 minutes, I've caught 2. And I only have like another half hour before I got to pull the boat off the water. So kind of a bummer there, but I figured out where they're at. They're actually they backed off. They're kind of weird. They backed off these points, and pretty big schools of them too. They're not shallow, they're not in the brush, they're really not in the ditches. They're kind of just off on, like I said, flats and points. Kind of just do nothing stuff, just kind of cruising around in schools. That's not a very big one, but like I said, I just pulled up and thought I'd match what I just caught them on, and sure enough, there's probably 20 fish sitting up there just in no man's land on this kind of wide, it's not even point, it's just more like I said, a flat. So let's see if we can't repeat it for this last half hour, and we'll go from there. Just missed another one. Look at that. I told you I just missed another one. Pulled the swim bait right down. Might be time for a new swim bait. We'll see if we can't get one more on it. This thing is mangled. See, here's another school right here. Like I said, just up on nothing. There's not even brush. Yep, we figured him out. A little bit better one here. If I don't just let him go. Oh man. It's deleting that swim bait. Probably another 3 1/4. When I'm fishing these ditches, I've just got a little swim bait here. But a cool little trick for you guys, if it's cloudy or overcast like this, sometimes the light penetration doesn't get down there all the way to the bottom as well. So I had a clear color on of swim bait, and they're not eating it yet. I'm seeing fish, but they're not eating it. So I went ahead and dipped that tail in chartreuse, and most of the time that'll help them find the bait and just key in on it. So that's a little trick or tip for y'all. There they are again. Let's see if we can catch them, but we got them dialed now. They're just suspended out here, man. It's, I don't know, kind of crazy. Just missed him. Man, he bit that hard. Another 2.5. We got him dialed in now. Look what was in his mouth. Caught him eating a little crawfish. It's kind of something to key in on this time of year. Probably should be throwing a crankbait a little bit more, but like I said, I didn't see him shallow and I threw the crankbait early. didn't get a bit on it and didn't even see fish up there, so I stopped throwing it. But real important to pay attention when they start spitting up crawfish in your live well, to try to match it as much as possible. And, you know, throw a jig, throw a shaky head, crankbait, anything that resembles a craw, and you could definitely catch these same fish just when they're up shallower. But kind of neat. Just pay attention, like I said, the little things like this. That can be a clue that can make or break your day. Well guys, that's a wrap. To recap, definitely a pretty tough day. We're not anywhere where I originally thought they were going to be when I first came out this afternoon, and just had to adapt and be flexible. As I always tell you guys, you just got to change sometimes on the fly and just start to figure out what's going on, start to look for bait, and once you find bait you can find fish. And today the fish were backed out and suspended off of nothing, points, flats, nothing that you would really obviously see visually on a map or think of, hey, that's where the fish would be, but that's where the schools of fish are. And as you guys saw the last couple fish catches, that's where they were. We figured them out, but it took a little bit. It was definitely not one of the better days, but hopefully you guys enjoyed just listening to how I think about fishing when I come out here, how I'm breaking down, what I'm thinking, what I'm changing to. Just, again, work through your progression of where the fish could be, and eventually you'll come across some. Were they giants today? No, but I caught a few 3-pounders. Now if I came out tomorrow, I could start where I left off and kind of build on it from there. But I'll bet you these fish, I don't know, probably 16, 17 pounds. So not anything tournament winning, but still fun fish nonetheless, and pretty solid bag to say the least there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys always so much for the support. If you have any questions, please post them down in the comments below. With all that said, I will catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.